nice. Let me hold this up for the camera to look at. Very, very nice and stylish backlit keys. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video, and in this video I'm excited to get into this one. I've been waiting for this for a little while, and this is the BrydgeAir Bluetooth keyboard for the iPad Air and the iPad Air 2. This has been in production for, oh boy, I'm going to go all the way back to like June and July. It's just now shipping. Check the show notes for a link. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the box, and as you can see, very nice packaging. This is a very high-end keyboard, and then we're going to go through the features it has. And you can see this is the silver version, also available in space gray, and I believe the silver, space gray, and gold. So I don't believe the space gray and the gold have shipped yet, just the silver. Let's go ahead and look at the back of the box and take a quick look at the features. Again, this is a solid aluminum body, built-in speakers, which you don't see in keyboard cases that often. So this has two Bluetooth speakers built into the keyboard case. Backlit keys, very big for me. I love backlit keys, and this has them, and they're very, very nice. And we'll look at it. It's got 3 brightness levels, and they glow very nicely. 180 degree hinge, so this is going to allow you to take your iPad Air and Air 2 and pretty much flatten it out and bring it about, you know, so it's getting a 180 degree angle, so you've got pretty good flexibility on your viewing angles. It's lightweight, and it says here lighter than an 11-inch MacBook Air when paired with the iPad Air, so it doesn't add a lot of weight to your iPad Air, which a lot of these cases do, and that's not what you want because you got the iPad Air for the lightness. And the battery life of the keyboard itself is up to 3 months, and it says there it'll depend on speaker and backlit key usage, which is pretty common sense. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at it. Again, really nice packaging. We open it up, you can see you've got a nice little picture of the iPad Air in the case here, and then the actual keyboard itself. So let's go ahead and just pop this out. You can see very nice quality all around. Here are the hinges. Again, these go all the way flat, so you, like I said, you've got a 180 degree viewing angle. They packed it nicely so it doesn't scratch it, and hopefully that's not a problem with use. But there you see it's got some protective film there. Standard keys. You do have a brightness for the backlit. So let's go ahead and look here, and you've got your magnet here, so it's going to mount to your iPad Air pretty nicely. The back, really nice, 4 little rubber feet, and then down at the bottom here is where we actually have our power button, our keyboard, and our, looks like our sound controllers here. And the Bluetooth speakers are actually over here on the back, so when this is paired up with your iPad Air in this, the sound is going to project from the front off your iPad Air back at you. So it's a nice design for where the speakers are at. It's going to add a lot of amplification to your iPad Air sound, so that's really, really nice. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and just take a look at what else you get in the box. Looks like obviously you get a little instruction manual, and then you get a nice little Bluetooth, or not a Bluetooth, but a micro USB cable here to charge your keyboard case with, and we won't mess with that. It's just a standard cable there. We'll leave it in the box. So I'm going to hook this up, and we're going to go through the pairing, and we're going to see how this works, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, welcome back. We paired the Brydge keyboard with the iPad Air here. It's really, really easy. You just go into your Bluetooth settings, you push each button below here, turn the power on to the keyboard, push this button for keyboard, you'll see a Brydge keyboard, you just push it, connect, you don't even have to type anything, we're paired. Then you push the next button over, which is the sound, and as you can see it says BrydgeAir Sound. So we got 2 things with this keyboard paired with the iPad Air. The keyboard itself and the speakers, which are again in the front facing. So let's go ahead and test this out. We'll just go into notes and just try to type something in here. Let's go ahead and create a new note and just do testing the keyboard. Out. And there you see. Very nice, very easy to type with. Thumbs up. I like the tactile feedback on the keys. It's got a nice feel to it. Very sturdy. Definitely one of the top keyboards I've used to type with on an iPad Air. So now let's look at the sound of the speakers. Again, the speakers are in the front, so let's just go ahead and launch iTunes Radio and hit play. And you can see it sounds kind of coming out. So that works really well. And it does amplify the normal sound of the iPad. I'm going to go ahead and disengage the speakers of the keyboard. I just hit this button here, so let's see here. We should be able to just hear it from the iPad and see the difference. Well, let's see if it disengaged. It may not be disengaging here, so let's go back in here and just make sure. Nope, we're still connected, so let's go ahead and just disconnect. And we'll just say forget about this device. Okay. And now let's go back, and now you can just hear the difference from the iPad itself. Yeah. Well, let's add a little more volume. So a lot different sounds going this way with the iPad and out with the keyboard case. So the sound, big difference on getting the sound to come to you instead of going out to your neighbors. So that's a really huge plus. Now, another thing I did mention about this keyboard is that it has backlit keys. So I'm going to disengage the lights here. We're going to turn it on really dim. So there's the first setting. So let's disengage the studio lights and take a look at how the backlit keys look. Alright, so let's go ahead and scroll down just a little bit here. And as you can see, they're backlit but not real bright. So let's go ahead and take it up another notch. There you go. And actually turn up to the third level of brightness right there. And you've got some nice looking backlit keys. Let me hold this up for the camera to look at. Very, very nice and stylish backlit keys. Gotta like it. And then you can go ahead and turn that back off. So let's go ahead and re-engage the studio lights and let's take a look at viewing angles that this keyboard case actually presents and how it looks when you close it up. So let's just go ahead and close it. And as you can see, it did turn the iPad off. If you didn't hear it click, it did. It looks really, really nice, like it was made together. As you can see, very attractive look. I'm impressed with this. Alright. So this is what it's going to look like when you're carrying it around, almost like a solid piece of aluminum. And it does not add a whole lot of weight, I gotta say. Their measurement is very spot on for how much weight it actually adds. Now, we mentioned about angles. Like I said, you could have all sorts of different angles, but let's go ahead and just bend away. There we go. A full 180. Laying flat. Don't know why you'd want it this way, but you could, if you wanted to, do it like that. And then you're going to have to put a little pressure up towards the front to bring it back. But you've got a lot of different angles. It's very sturdy. These do not feel chintzy at all. They bend easily, like that. But they are not going to give. That's for certain. You put it in a position, it's going to stay there. Now, something I did like about this, and unless you can maybe hear it, let's hear it turn off the iPad. I'll turn on the iPad and you can hear the click here. Well, maybe you did, but it did. It turned off the iPad. Everything lines up very nicely. With the keyboard, they put the controls to the keyboard right by the controls of the iPad Air. I like that. You, of course, still have your camera. Still have all your different ports accessible from the iPad. So overall, that is a huge win. And again, this fits not only the iPad Air, but the iPad Air 2. So you're good to go if you already have bought the new iPad Air 2. You've got your case for you. Again, this is a little different. This is the silver versus the space gray, but it's not a huge difference. It kind of works for me. If you wanted to match it up, they do have the space gray color that you can get eventually that will look like space gray on this side. And if you get the gold iPad, you'll be able to get the gold colored BrydgeAir keyboard as well. So anyway, guys, that is the BrydgeAir check the show notes for a link to where you can pick this up. And again, and also I wanted to go over, it does have a battery indicator on it, which is the backslash. I didn't forget to mention one thing about that. So you actually tell how much juice you've got left. There is a battery indicator right here, and it'll actually tell you when you're running low. It'll flash red when charging and fully charged, and blue flashing slowly is the low battery. So this can actually alert you when the battery is going bad. A lot of these cases you don't even know. You just kind of gamble, and then you run out of juice and you no longer have a keyboard. So anyway guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and a subscription to the channel. Feel free to like and share the video. And be sure to go out and pick yourself up a BrydgeAir, because this has got to be probably the nicest quality keyboard case out there for the iPad Air. Now it's going to be a little more pricey than the rest of them, but you're paying for what you get. You're paying for quality. You're paying for uniqueness. I mean, and you get Bluetooth speakers, a backlit keyboard. Pretty damned awesome. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and as always, appreciate it. Have a good one.